Value. What's going on, my peeps? Let's break down your own personal value. We all have value. Our own personal value. As you can tell, maybe you can notice the difference. My face was swollen. It's gone down quite a bit. I still have some swelling from a tooth that got infected. Wife told me, hey, boy, you need to get someone. Sit down. My sisters, especially my sister Linda, told me, you need to take a break. And like I told my sister, one tooth don't stop the show. So today or tonight, get my evening cardio in. I want to break down something that's extremely important. Humanity is based on value. When you lose your value, you lose your sense of humanity. When you lose the feeling that you have meaning, that you have purpose, then you lose your sense of life. You lose your sense of belonging. So we want to talk about how do you establish it from a spiritual or biblical perspective. The Bible talks about seeking first the kingdom of heaven, and then all these things will be added. The Bible talks about transforming the mind. So in order for you to be transformed by the renewing of the mind, renewing of the mind is the beginning of value. So value is, what do you do and who do you do it for? You have value if you do something for others and you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that what you do is beneficial for others because it was beneficial for you. That's value. Value is just another word for purpose. Value, there's many types of value. A lot of people have value in multiple dimensions, multiple departments, in multiple areas. So the more valuable you are, the more worth, the more confidence, the more security, this feeling of being loved, valued, and respected. People like people who add value. People like people who are assets. People like people who bring something to the table. They're not just always taking something away. People like people who are in the position of being a lender instead of a borrower. We all go and we change positions. We go through ups and downs in our lives. But the goal is always to be a person of value. So, for example, what do I do? Well, you know me, I do purpose in the form of destiny. That's why I go by the term Master Teacher 33. So what I do is I help people find and fulfill their God-given purpose. I help people find value. How do I do that? Now, I've transitioned from the purpose and destiny to what I call space, which is spiritual, psychological, authentic consciousness that's expressed in your energy. F-REES.P.A.C.E. That's why I'm encouraging you today to join me by checking out the website. MT33, Author to Architect. Because I transitioned from being an author to being a spiritual architect by focusing more on helping people becoming a spiritual architect by using artificial intelligence. So now the AI is here. Now, what I do, help people find and use AI to fulfill. So now there's a little change, little adjustment in the way that I assist you. Who do I do it for? my demographics is the same. People who are spiritually minded. People spend their life usually in the church, and you plateaued. You got to a place in your life where something's missing. You know there's something more. May not be monetarily, but it has to do with meaning. You know you have a personal gift. You know you got a destiny. You know there's a reason why you went through all the stuff that you've been through. Even when you go through adversity, like I'm going through adversity even now. My jaw's all swollen, but I'm still doing this because one tooth don't stop the show. So what do? Well, you make the adjustment, fix the problem, continue to move forward, and be you. But how you do that? You do that by being spiritually and psychologically sound, or real, or authentic. You gotta have a personal, private, productive relationship with Yahushua HaMashiach, whom most people call Jesus the Christ. You can argue and debate, but can you pay your light bill with that? So let me say that again. Instead of us splitting hairs and arguing and debating over, I use the term minor issues. Even though, sure, there is some major conversations to be had. But those conversations are done internally. So, if God was able to reach you and me, He can reach your brothers, your sisters, family members, and friends. So instead of talking about people, instead of using fear and separation, why don't we use love and connection? So my question to you today, what do you do? And who do you do it for? What do you do? Exactly. What do you do? What value do you add? What do you bring to the table? What is your gift? What is your purpose? What is your destiny? Not what you do for a living to make money, not your job, but your gift. So what is your gift and who is your gift for? Again, what is the gift and who is the gift for? Because everybody has a different gift. What's that? Okay. So everybody has a different gift. Your job is just to answer that question. What is your gift and who is your gift for? Well, all right, y'all, that was it. Short and sweet. I do apologize for the little puffy cheek. But again, just having some tooth issues. But that's just about taken care of. So we love you. We'll see you mañana. We're going to see you at the top. God bless.